Tonight's episode of Painting with Menoth John will not be seen tonight, so that we may present a very special collaboration between Beer Machine and Painting with Menoth John. Mothership, a horror survival RPG starring the cast of Beer Machine and Painting with Menoth John. Presented in Super Legitivision, the future of podcasting. It's .com. Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another action-packed, thrill-a-minute episode of Mothership. I almost said Painting with Menoth John there, but of course that is not what we're doing this week, folks. We are going to be starting the actual adventure this evening. And with us, of course, we have the cast of your favorite not recording anymore podcast, Beer Machine. As you can see up on the screen right now, we have Adam. Say hello, Adam.
Hello everybody.
And we have Dan.
Hey, how's it going, folks?
We have Rich.
Hey kids, this is gonna be fun.
And we have from snowbound Maryland, you know him, you love him, it's Brett.
Hey.
Hey. All right, folks. So when last we were together, of course, you'll remember that we did our character creation. And after we were done with our character creation, and Adam stopped deciding on what kind of lighting would make his handsome features even just that little bit extra handsome, let's see, what would you call that? Not recording anymore, just like guys, just like, that too. So we have Kovnik Scotty Potty in the chat room. So we did our character creation, and we've got around here. So let's go around, starting with Dan. Let's introduce your character one more time for the kids out there in TV land.
Oh, and we should add what we're drinking when we do that too.
Oh, that would be fantastic. Thank you. Good to see. This is why we are podcast professionals, folks. It's that kind of input that makes it happen. So let's start off with Dan. Tell me about your character and what you'd like to say about him.
All right, so I am playing Eric, the emergency response incident caretaker. I am an android that's basically packed in a crate with stasis equipment to keep me going and pumping while I'm asleep until I am needed in an emergency, and then I am unboxed and ready to go and help your crisis.
A hunk of burning box. There you go, folks. That's Eric, the helpful hunk. All right, so let's go on next over here to you, Rich. Tell us about your character, and does he like long walks on the beach and pina coladas?
I think he might like harder alcohol. His name is Sasha Manikoff.
Without interrupting, I need to interrupt for just a second, as Eric forgot to tell us what he's drinking this evening.
Oh, I apologize. So I am drinking here. I am drinking Aberlour Double Oak Cask 12 year. So aged in oak casks and then aged again in sherry oak casks.
Oh, snap. I bet you that sucks out loud. Holy smokes. That sounds delicious-y. Okay, now back to you, Sasha.
Yeah, that does sound good. Sasha is from a non-specified Slavic country that probably existed like in a colony off planet somewhere, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So he's an engineer, and he's going to fix things and hopefully fix them. A little, not too much in the way of combat. He's strong, but he has more, he's the MacGyver of the crew. And yeah, should be fun. I don't think I've ever played a character like this, so should be interesting.
Excellent.
And I am drinking absinthe from Flight Mechanic Distilling.
Flight Mechanic Distilling, for those of you who aren't aware, are an absolute sponsor of the Mothership RPG podcast. When you need to get your wrench on, think Flight Mechanic.
That is good.
Excellent.
Cool. All right, that's me. Over to the professor, Adam.
There you go.
So I am drinking a beer from Other Half Brewing, and it's the Phantom Diamonds Double Dry Hopped IPA.
That sounds fantastic. Tell me a little bit about your character then, my friend.
Well, My character is a scientist, and his name is Regalis Ladrian, or Reggie for short, and we're looking to have some fun.
Outstanding. You know, you realize nobody is going to call you Regulus or whatever that first one is because nobody can figure out how to pronounce it. But hey, Reggie,
know.
we're happy to have you on the ship.
It's
And
part of the flair.
Last but not least, playing a role that is way outside of his own personal character. Brett, who you got for us, and what are you drinking?
I am Joe Snuffy, the typical jarhead. I'm here for combat support operations. I'm going to blow shit up. Hopefully, not me. Tonight, I'm drinking some Boar Rye from High West Distillery in Utah. It is a mixture of mature bourbons and ryes into one drink.
Excellent. Fantastic. And I'm Menoth John, your comely general game master. And tonight I will be drinking Old Forester Blue Label. You know it, you love it. It's a Kentucky bourbon, I guess. It's straight bourbon whiskey. It's not bad. It $24 for a fifth of pretty good whiskey. And I think it's not quite the steel that small batch 1892 or 1894. I forget what the number is on it, but it's a damn good little drinking whiskey. So, all right, kids, you've waited a long time to get to this point. So, let's go ahead and get started with the game. So,
Yes.
our intrepid travelers, you find yourself awakening from cryosleep aboard the ship that was hired by the intrepid space chupa to transport you to Legrand Station, Legrand Orbital. And as you come out of your hypersleep, you hear the following message.
This is a DeLange Orbital automated message. Approach with extreme caution. Level 3 containment breach detected. Access to DeLange Orbital only through Spaceside Transit Docking Station. Proceed to control upon arrival for further instruction. Diazen Phytology staff will be on duty to assist.
So did everybody catch that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He said staff would assist us.
That is what the message said.
I was thinking more about the level 3 containment breach.
Yeah, scientist, what is that?
Well, typically that's when there's a leak from the lab into the common area, so we're probably going to run into some shit.
So as your ship slowly
Very technical.
glides through space, I will remind you guys that from the packet that you had received, and I'm going to hopefully not screw this completely up, but there is now a map showing on the stream of the DeLange Orbital Relay Station. As you're easing towards it, utilizing your Super Draco thrusters, as you come forward, you'll notice that near 4, there is a tethered spacesuit floating in space as you approach the docking area shown as 3, the Spaceside Transit Center.
A tethered spacesuit, like just hanging out, like
It's there is a full spacesuit. It's too far away at this point to get a good look at what's actually going on, but it is floating in space with what appears to be, that type of umbilical that one might expect to see on a spacesuit that's doing an EVA.
Gotcha. And we're still on board our big ship.
You absolutely are still on board.
Can we scan for comms?
I would imagine. Is that a me thing?
You're the pilot.
I'm not a pilot.
You're space IT. You're the freaking one doing
Space
this.
IT. Awesome.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. Driving.
I imagine you could hail the space station if you wanted to.
Okay. I press the button and it makes the Star Trek noise. The do do do. Channel open. What's the name of the thing again?
Legrand Station.
Legrand Station.
Mhm.
Legrand Station. are you receiving? This is whatever the name of our ship is.
Yeah, I was going to come up with like a fancy name for your ship, and then I like totally blanked on the way in here as to what it was going to
No.
be.
Listen, it's us. I might be an android, but I know how this group rolls. The ship's name is now the whatever.
That has now been noted.
Oh, the SS whatever. It's better than like SS insert name here.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, that's a good one too. That's the name of our shuttle if we have one.
Yeah. This is first mate, Sasha Bandakov. Do you copy? He fiddles with some knobs and it doesn't do anything.
Story of your life.
Yep. No one is home.
So what would you like to do next?
We should probably try to bring them in and see if we can find out what's going on the ship.
Let's not bring random things on board the ship. Do we have a shuttle, or do we have to like dock to the station?
This is a station that's been designed to have the bay that is listed as number 3 on your map. I'm not sure if you guys have that open, but
I do.
But number 3 on your map is the basically not the planet side, but the space side docking station. So this station has the capabilities of receiving ships from other space systems and things like that. So there is clearly a docking bay, and there's not like a door or anything stupid like that in front of it. It's a depressurized
and we can fit
zone.
our ship in there.
Yes.
And whatnot. Okay. All right. So I look at Snuffy and Professor. I think we should dock and go check things out.
How about we get the bot up? Expendables first.
Yeah, it's not a bad idea.
What if we have a medical emergency?
Well, I should be able to patch anything up if we have any kind of medical emergencies.
You're the wrong kind of doctor, but okay.
Should we call him Jill Biden?
Oh no! Oh. So Sasha says, "Oh, what?" And he's like looking at the map, and he goes, "What?" Like he's trying to figure out where they stored the bot, and then he sees it. Presses a button on there. Sumka machina. That's Russian for bag machine. So he walks over and presses a few buttons. Do you want me to take a machinery check or anything, John?
Why don't you? Let's get used to doing some machinery checks.
Yeah. Well, I have 0G scavenging, heavy machinery, mechanical repair, driving.
Feels like you would be doing You're opening a crate, so I'm going to say scavenging.
All right.
And you have a crowbar or anything? Yeah, you have a crowbar.
Oh,
so
yeah. I got all kinds of tools.
Add 10% on top of your trained skill on that. So it is let's see here.
So that I just add a 10 to the 10's dice, basically, right?
Right. A 10 plus there's the crowbar gives you a bonus, too. So like another 5% or 10%. So
got it. Oh, wow. So plus 10% means I rolled an 86.
Okay, hang on for just a second. So it's
Like,
it'll be a body check because you're praying the thing open, plus another 10% for the trained skill, which make it a 40, and then another 10% for the crowbar. Let's say, so that make it 50. Did you roll under a 50?
No, I rolled a 76.
Okay, so low is good in this game and high is bad. So basically, you jammed your crowbar in there. It was a 76.
Yeah.
Okay, so it wasn't a critical failure. So
Well, no, if I get a bonus, does that subtract?
it increases so it's a body check, right? So your body
So instead of a 30, I get a 40.
a 40, and then another 10% for a crowbar, which gets you to a 50. So you had a 50-50
So I
chance.
still screwed it up. Okay.
Yeah, you
awesome.
basically so far you've you've budged one of the pieces of wood and it kind of snapped a little bit. So would you like to try again?
Yeah.
Okay. Don't roll doubles.
What is 000 or
0 is a critical success. So if you rolled 0 on your 1 percentile dice and a 0 on the other one, that is an automatic pass, and it is a critical one. So what happened now here is that because of the care and skill that you showed by inserting the crowbar in just the most supple way possible, during this attempt, you not only opened the box successfully, you've left no marks to it, nor did you even hurt the paint on your crowbar. The crowbar looks absolutely pristine. I guess that's the best you can do with a critical success for opening a goddamn box. So
Perfect.
there you go. The box is open.
All right.
There is a meat bag looking at you with dead
Great.
eyes.
So the box is open well enough that you can put me back in without an issue.
Correct. Isn't that delightful to know?
So I'm guessing I have to like grab him like a training dummy, like under the arms, and kind of stand him up. I don't know.
So you remove.
Yeah,
him.
I'm folded up like a diagram on autofellatio.
Jesus Christ, Dan. Outstanding.
Okay, so now you have to start, Eric.
Okay. I'll just roll some dice.
Okay, so basically now this is going to be an intellect check, I think, and I just need to figure out how. Okay, you're an intellect of 24 because you're starting up a robot, right? And you have no skills on this, so you go ahead and give me an intellect check to start up Eric.
I rolled a 73.
Okay. Well, you grabbed the wrong part of his anatomy to start him up.
Reggie's gonna.
Crank.
Reggie rolled a 15, so he'll walk over and give some assistance.
Okay.
Very good.
Okay, very good. So, in that case, by providing assistance, you could basically re-roll that, Rich. You would have rolled 2 dice to try and get a success. So roll your percentile dice again.
Oh, the percent. Okay. 40.
40. Okay, this time you grabbed a less embarrassing part of his anatomy to get him to start up. But on the second try, we're not going to turn this into grabbing parts of Eric's anatomy, the role-playing game. You are able to you hear a click within there, the servo. You hear some servos. Kind of start to maybe you hear like the whir of machinery, perhaps, the pumping of fluids, and Eric's eyes open. Eric?
Heartthrob Medical Corporation thanks you for activating Eric, your friendly emergency response incident caretaker. That's me. What's your crisis?
Sasha looks right at him. Says, Eric, Machina, it is good to see you. Pushes the crowbar and a flashlight into his chest. And says, Eric, take these.
Okay.
See that door? And he points over to the airlock.
Yes.
Go through door. Tell us what is on the other side. And then Sasha smacks him on the ass.
Okay.
So just so I know, and I'm understanding the scene here, you're on the ship, you've activated Eric, and you pointed at the airlock in the docking station and said, go over there and open that door and tell us what's on the other side. I just want to make sure.
No.
I just wanted to be clear about what the team was doing.
Okay, so, Bot, you and me are going to go through the door. There should be a nice long corridor. I will go right, you will go left. Understand?
Okay. You are not
Understood.
You are not docked to an airlock right now. Your ship is in the docking bay. Nothing extended.
My drink. I thought we were a dock.
Nothing connected to you. You ate static from the space station. You have pulled in like a terrible person on a date. Okay?
Sasha decompresses the ship. Everyone dies. Thanks for watching, folks.
Well, so ends my first GM job on this job. So,
Yeah.
reroll
We killed
your
ourselves
characters.
in time.
All right, so it's open to space out there. So I would sure like to hear about how you guys are suiting up to go out and
Okay.
and enter the station.
Does Machina need to wear a suit?
Machina, as we've established in the pre-ramble, is fairly organic in nature.
Okay, so needs suit. So Sasha walks over to the suit bench and grabs one and walks back over to Eric and hands it to him and says, "Put this on."
Cool.
Okay.
Thankfully, he bought one of those.
Yeah, I did. Well, I believe I start with one with the package.
Yeah.
But yeah, basically I Oh, thank you, ET Sugarplum 832. We'll definitely join bigfollows.com.
Oh.
From
I
mean, it's listen, folks. It's HTTPS at least. Click.ru.
Yeah,
Oh.
I'm sure that's not.
Sasha, those are your people. So,
at least it's not bigfellows.com. I mean, that's a whole different kind of website.
I'm actually tempted to look at that website, but I'm not going to do it right now. John, can you delete that message so no one in the chat clicks on that by accident?
I'll try. Let's see here.
Thank you.
I'm trying to do this without add to the block list, and there you go.
perfect. Yeah, Eric immediately follows your instructions. Complete immediately okay. So he's wearing I guess like a onesie sort of deal.
Like a jumpsuit.
It's a
Yeah, immediately, for some reason, you said put this on. Immediately takes off the onesie and puts the spacesuit on nude.
Aces. Data,
The one
are you
have
fully
a butt flap?
Data? Are you fully functional?
Oh, oh yes, fully anatomically correct.
Excellent.
I mean, he has
Don't want to make anyone uncomfortable.
He has a crank that doesn't work, so.
All right, Eric, we're going to need you to go out and pressurize the loading bay so that we can all come out of the ship.
Okay. Yeah, I step into the airlock, let the door shut behind me, and just wait for docking.
Okay, so you're in the airlock right now, Eric?
Yeah.
Okay. Nothing's coming towards the ship.
Can I see the person that you mentioned earlier that's tethered?
Not from where you're standing right now because you're in the
Okay.
airlock and the rest of the ship is in the way. But were you to get out of the airlock of your ship, you would likely be able to look to your right and see him.
Okay. I feel like getting out of the airlock right now is a mistake, so...
Okay, so so you are still in your ship, in the airlock, in your vac suit.
Yep,
Okay? With a crowbar and a flashlight.
that is correct.
Okay. Just so you know, you are open to the vacuum of space on the other side of that.
Oh, okay.
That particular one. You are not. There's not like.
Oh, on the other side of the bulkhead. It's not open yet, though.
Right.
It's-
The door. Remember, we flew the ship in without any contact from the space station. So the doors were open to space. Flew in, and your ship is sitting there. Now we're figuring out how to get into the station.
Yeah, I figure the rest of my equipment, other than the vac suit that I'm wearing, and I probably have the body cam's probably on my onesie. I don't really have anything with me. All the other equipment that I have is probably in that crate.
Okay.
John, is it possible for us to try to remote into the station system to close the airlock?
You can try.
What do I need to roll to try that?
Okay. Well, let me take. Who's doing the check? Is that you?
Yeah, I'll try. I'll go over to the computers and see if there's a way to maybe use the chip that we got to access the system to remote in to, gain access to the bay doors.
Okay. It's a base intellect check. So give me a roll on a percentile die.
Okay. So I rolled a 50.
You rolled a 50.
Mm-hmm.
Access
And my intellect's
denied.
29.
Please see
Here's what you hear.
Access denied. Please see ultraviolet level clearance officer for permissions.
There you go.
Okay.
God damn it! I really should have picked computers.
Would have been good for somebody to.
Yep.
You can. There's. What's next?
I start with computers and math. So
Oh. Well then.
yeah, and that's pretty common for Android. So you'd probably know that I'm capable of, interacting with computers and basically acting like a TI function calculator.
I also have a laser cutter and lockpick set, in addition to an entire vac suit.
This could come in handy.
Yeah.
So computers, and what was the other thing you come automatically with, pal?
Mathematics.
Mathematics. All right. So
And linguistics.
I'm just adding that onto the little bullets here in the linguistics and mathematics. Should be damn good at mathematics, I would expect. All right. So what's the next step? You've attempted this. Your scientist, Mr. Reggie, has attempted to hack in once. No luck.
Okay. He'll go over to Eric and see if we can get him to come back into the ship and try his luck.
Okay.
Okay.
So
Eric has
So-
short range comms in his suit, so he can hear you.
Yeah.
Eric, I'm going to need you to report to the bridge so that way we can try to use you to access the station systems.
Okay. Please provide additional detail on this task.
We need to gain access granted by a ultraviolet officer for access.
Okay. Acquiring computer tool dice.
Okay, so you have a plus 10, so you're at a 37. Roll something smaller than that.
All right, let's see here. That is a 28.
You succeed. So the you hear behind you the doors. But you don't hear them, but you can feel a low rumble. We're in space, for God's sakes. You can't hear things in space. There's no air. You feel a low rumble, and on the monitors of the ship, you can see that the airlock doors are closing behind you. What exactly were you attempting to accomplish there, Eric? Was it simply closing the doors, or was there more sequences of operations you were trying to get into?
Just what was requested of me. So in that case, I thought it was open the doors, not closing them.
Well,
No, close them because we're in.
Oh,
close them.
gotcha. Close it.
Yeah.
Yeah, close the doors. And then just as a basic response, check life support if possible.
Check life support. So,
Yeah.
without further actions, it's still a vacuum inside the airlock. Inside the, I should
Okay.
say, the docking.
Okay.
But you have access to the control
Overcoms.
systems now.
Okay.
Overcomes, Reggie will once the talk to Eric. So once the doors are fully closed, Eric, we'll need you to boot up the life support and pump this chamber full of air, and we'll get started with our mission.
Pressurizing room now. Please leave your suits and helmets in place.
Dan, so far this is my favorite character of yours of all time.
So as you're sitting there, you slowly start to hear the rush of air coming into the docking area, and the pressure gauges on the pressure indicators on the HMIs show that the pressure has come up to 1 standard atmosphere outside of the ship.
So I have a quick question,
Yes.
John. So with the scanner that I got,
Mhm.
is that it stationary, like a large thing in the ship, or is it like a handheld?
The scanner. Let me see here. And this
So-
is
I've got a med scanner, and then I've got a cybernetic diagnostic scanner.
I would assume these are items that would be akin to a tricorder, a Star Trek tricorder. So these are handheld widgets, and I would assume it is a single widget with multiple modes.
Okay. So I would like to try to take a scan before we leave the ship to make sure there's no contaminants in the area that we're entering.
Okay.
Since there was an outbreak on this ship.
Okay. And what exactly are you scanning for?
So it allows me to scan living or dead bodies and to analyze if it is a disease or abnormal without having to do a biopsy or autopsy for the med scanner.
Gotcha.
And the other one allows the user to scan androids or other cybernetic organisms in order to diagnose or physical or mental issues they may be having. Can also be used as a locating device for synthetic organisms.
Okay, so neither what you just described there there are no bodies to scan at this point.
Okay. So yeah, they're not going to be able to work for what I need. I would need a bioscanner.
Guess what? I have a bioscanner.
Ah, there we go.
What are you scanning exactly?
Yeah. So are we scanning for are we scanning for like pathogens or something?
Immediate area for signs of life.
Okay. I don't know the range on that bioscanner, so
100 meter.
Oh.
In all directions.
Okay. John, that's your discretion if it works through vacuum and whatnot.
Well, it's pressurized outside the ship now.
Okay, so we can open the door.
The docking area is now pressurized. It is safe to remove your clothing.
Melissa and I will keep my clothing on.
So you get a general life sign scan. You are getting diffuse, non-specific signs of life. The air is a standard nitrogen, oxygen with trace gas. There appears to be a low-level particulate matter in the air, and and that's about it. That's about all you get.
So the other end of the docking tube is closed. I'm assuming it's just pressurized so we can walk in it.
So far, you have not brought any docking tubes over to the ship. All you've done is pressurize the docking bay.
Oh, the docking bay. Okay, I'm sorry. I misunderstood.
Ew.
Is it 0G?
It is 0G. There is no artificial gravity on Lagrange Station.
Okay. I look at the guys. Eric should extend docking tube. Can he do that? If not, I can.
Well, it's planned. Let's do it.
Eric, please commence docking preparations.
Please specify method of docking.
Not infinity.
The ship to station, please.
Not this kind.
Okay.
No, not that kind.
This is just friendly.
The station gives consent.
The station would like to thank you for coming. So
The station says that costs extra.
So a docking arm extends forward from the station, and you get a hard attachment to the side of the ship. You are now in a tube that extends. There's now a tube that extends from the airlock door of your ship to what is essentially the sort of not ship part of the dock. So there's like places where ships are, and then there's like a little area like like a breezeway before you would head over into section 2. Okay?
Okay.
The first rule of emergency response is to ensure that you and those around you are not in danger. Are we in danger?
Yes.
Sasha looks at him and he goes, "No, no one cares, Eric."
I will be right back. Eric wanders off and heads back to his crate to grab some equipment.
Excellent. I think that's a fine idea. Do I assume you've got basically now everything that's on your character sheet packed into various and sundry little pouches?
Yeah, pretty much. People are probably going to give him funny looks, but he comes back with a rigging gun over his shoulder and a machete in the other hand.
Excellent.
I am now ready for any emergency.
Okay, so Snuffy's
Your
going
safety.
to lock and
Go ahead,
load his
Snuff.
submachine gun
Okay.
and grab his flashlight. Because robots are creepy with weapons.
Okay.
I'm also grabbing my infrared goggles and placing them in the ready on my head.
Talk to me about how you guys are dressed.
Um,
What are you wearing?
I have a. It says standard crew attire, so I'm going to assume that's like a jumpsuit kind of
Okay.
thing. I'm wearing my necklace of shell casings I rolled for, and there's a help wanted patch on the sleeve.
Okay.
And I took back the flashlight and crowbar from Eric.
Okay.
I have like a. It doesn't say I have a backpack, but otherwise there'd be no way I could carry everything.
Yep. You've got a standard backpack of holding. Gotcha.
All right. Yeah, that sounds good. Which includes a vibe shetty, which is it's really fun to say. By the way,
I really would like to see that movie, Vibe Shetty.
Is it double-ended?
I think that's on Pornhub.
I think that. God. So yeah, that's it. And I have a flashlight and
Okay.
MREs and whatnot. Yeah.
Okay.
That's me.
All right. Eric, how are you dressed?
Eric is in a standard issue vac suit.
Still in your vac suit?
Like, yeah, like off the shelf, cheap. Like they clearly purchased like 10,000 of these models because they were the lowest bidder.
Gotcha.
He no longer has his onesie that he left behind, so he's naked in a because I didn't buy clothing, so I'm naked in a vac suit. The vac suit itself has a bumper sticker slapped on the collar that says, "I'm not a rocket scientist, but you're an idiot."
Very nice.
I need that shirt for work.
Yeah. What about you? What about you, Snuffy? Talk to me about how you're dressed.
Okay, so I've got. So I was understanding like standard battle dress came with combat gear, right? That was.
Yeah.
So I've just got my extremely well worn military surplus battle dress uniform with my heads up display. Again, I have readied my infrared goggles on top of my head in case they need to be dropped. So machine gun in one hand, holding the flashlight in the other. We're ready to rock and roll.
Okay. Tell me about how you're dressed, Reggie.
Well, we're coming out in our hazmat suit. I've got my tranq pistol in one hand and my stun baton in the other. And I'm going to start handing out some locators so we can keep track of where everybody's going, and some short range comms so we can all stay in contact.
Awesome. Just to give a quick breakdown, Eric does have a body cam. I'm just going to say it's on the vac suit.
Yep.
He has a body cam and a locator already, and I also have long range comms built into the vac suit.
Nice.
Yeah, same. I come with a body cam as well and a heads-up display. So
Same infrared goggles. I forgot to add that before.
Yep, I saw those in there. I'm assuming if you've taken your stuff, you've taken your stuff. It's all good.
Oh yeah.
Tell me about how you're dressed, Adam.
I'm
Excuse me,
just in my hazmat suit.
Reggie. You're in your hazmat suit?
Yep.
Okay.
So is this like the bright yellow plastic masked hazmat suits?
No, we opted for the hooded visored one that's white.
Okay, gotcha.
Okay. And you are now in the airlock, and you guys are ready to step out into the tube.
All right. Let's do this. I'm assuming this is where the opening credits and like it says Mothership. We're all walking.
Yes, exactly.
through the tube.
Mothership, a podcast.
Yeah.
All right, so door rolls up. Hey, Hail Boop, welcome. You walk out into it, and you so far so good. You're breathing. You're going along, and you approach the opposite door of to get into section 2 of the spaceship, which is the control area.
Okay. Can my bioscanner basically be the motion detector from Aliens?
I'll allow it.
All right, awesome. So I want to use that and see if we got anything.
Okay. You got nothing.
Okay.
You turn it on.
Good.
It is a blank
And
screen. It is making no noises.
Oh, it makes the boop noise, right?
Okay, yeah.
Okay. Cool. Perfect.
I may actually do that noise just to tell you what you're hearing. So there you
Perfect.
go. All right. So there's a control panel in front of you, and it's time to get in there.
All right. Sasha. Wait. So Eric is with us now.
Indeed, he is.
Sasha grabs Eric and says, "Go, Machina. Walk forward."
Okay.
Give me give me a computer check, buddy.
All right. That is a 93.
Oh,
You hear the following sound.
Access denied. Information only available to Salty Vagina.
What?
So there you have it. Do you want to give one more try?
Sure. That's better. 14.
The door opens up and is so impressed with your computing skills, it makes a very satisfied whoosh noise as it opens up. So now you are in the area between, basically right outside of the control area.
Eric calls
All right.
out, knock, knock.
There's no response.
Sasha looks at him and says, "Machina."
All right, so you walk in out of the control area, and there's a small room dominated with a screen for scanning incoming and outgoing personnel and cargo. Other screens also display security feeds around the station. A logo for Dyson Phytology flashes in the corner of every screen, and in front of you sits a corpse in the chair in front of the screens, shot from behind. I need each of you to take a fear check.
Fear. Okay.
fuck.
Marine, you better not lose it.
Spray and pray. Spray and pray.
Keep your shit together, Marine. Oh, I failed hard.
Okay, what?
So do zeros count as zeros or tens? Did we establish that?
Zeros are automatic passes. Those are critical passes.
Because I got a 0 and a 3, so...
Okay, so if the double zero is the first, are you using percentile dice or are you using?
I just have 2 regular 10-siders. I do not have a percentile.
Okay, are they different colors?
No, but I roll them sequentially, so I
Okay.
rolled a 0, then a 3.
Okay, so you passed. So no fear for you. You said you failed hard, Mr. Sasha.
Yep, rolled a 65 on a 35.
You may add a stress to your current stress level.
So it's probably prudent for me to point out,
Yeah.
as an android, all of you have disadvantage on fear saves in my presence.
I should
Son of
mention.
a-
I'm sorry.
Really?
Thank you very much for catching that.
Because I'm creepy and I weird you out.
So basically, what you do is you roll twice and take the worst.
Yeah,
So-
I don't, though. I'm fine.
No, so Snuffy, roll that again.
0 and a 5.
Okay, you pass like a boss again.
That's good.
Reggie, roll twice.
I've got a 14 and a 3.
Okay, you passed fine. And Eric? You got
he moved me.
59.
what?
59.
59. So you're fine. Okay.
Yeah, 59 out of 85. It looks like.
Okay. So only Sasha got a stress point.
Yep, and I failed again on the second roll, by the way.
Okay. Excellent. Well, you would take the worst on a disadvantage. So.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, so the security feeds that you're seeing on the screen show 2 security officers arriving. One shoots the other, then proceeds to find and kill the remainder of the crew in a panic. Then the officer dons a vac suit and proceeds to the maintenance airlock. For your information, the maintenance airlock is Area 4 of your map, which is where that tether was.
Jesus
Okay.
Christ.
This person appears to be beyond medical aid.
Eric, we're going to need you to go get the tethered body.
Why do we need the body?
Leave
Well,
him out there. Leave him out there.
We can
No,
scan it to
no.
see if there's any biologicals and kind of give us an idea of
No,
what we're dealing with.
I have bioscan. I can scan from here. And he's
Oh.
getting shaky holding it.
Yeah. With the med scanner, though, we'll be able to figure out what we're dealing with.
Scan
My
the dead body
psychology
first.
programming tells me that sleeping in the void of space should be very calming for humans.
You're very calming for humans.
Perhaps he is just taking a nap.
Yes, a permanent cold nap. Can I search the body on the floor with scavenging skill?
Sure.
Okay. So how does this work? So I have scavenging.
Yes, and scavenging will be an intellect check because it's not a combat, it's not a strength, it's certainly not a speed. I'm going to throw it underneath intellect, but you take your intellect skill and you have scavenging, so add 10 to that skill, so 34. You got a 1
Oh
in
my
3.
God.
You got a 1 in 3 chance of scavenging something off of them.
Fail.
Okay.
43.
43. By the way, any doubles in this game is a critical. So you need
Got
to
it.
tell me if you get a doubles, because if you fail critically, bad times. Anyway, or good times if you're the GM. So so there you have it. You don't find anything on him. He's basically got some candy wrappers in his pocket.
Sasha, the tethered maintenance guy might have access cards that we might need to get around the ship.
John, so you said when we saw the video playback, we saw him shoot down the rest of the crew, so we would know where those dead bodies are, right?
Yes, you would.
So what room numbers would those dead bodies correlate to?
Okay, so you would see right now at this point you don't know exactly the layout of all the rooms. You just know that there are rooms, and so what you'll see there's a dead body in the area of what appears to be an exterior airlock. There's a dead body in what appears to be a bunk room. And there is a, let's see here. And you see, and that's it.
Okay.
Well,
And then
the
once again,
security guy at
you've
the
got an
desk that
external,
we're at, right?
you've got an external camera that's showing a spacesuit that is floating out some distance away from the ship near that maintenance airlock. I'm sorry, Adam, I didn't hear your question. I apologize.
There's also the body that we are at.
Yes,
at
they're
the
in the
security
security.
desk.
Yep, at the security desk. Correct. Is there anything else you want to do in this room? This room has. How many of you are old enough to remember Zork, the old text adventure?
Nope.
Okay, Zork was a text adventure game. So all it did was describe. Then you could exits are north, south, east, up your ass. You know, it was direct, you'd have to type your exit.
Yeah, it's a
So-
mud.
So
Oh, okay,
there,
Boomer.
there is a
Ooh.
bitch. I'm also the GM. Remember, Anyway, so
We're all gonna die anyway.
exits from this room. There is the exit that you came in from, and there is another exit to the up, according to the map that I gave you. So kind of to the north, and that leads to what is the trunk of the station. There are
Fuck
other.
it. I'm gonna go forward since I got the gun
Okay.
and a flashlight. That's critical.
Yep. Okay, so what are you going
Going
do?
through
To what? To the main trunk?
the main trunk. We're gonna be tactical because
Okay.
that's what I do.
Okay. So you key the door, and the door opens, and you step through to find basically a long corridor that has 5, 6, 7 different doors coming from it. One leads to a room that is labeled power generation. There's one that goes to a room known as storage locker B. There's another door that leads to a room labeled maintenance exit. There is another room that leads to space side transit, and another room leading to planet side transit, as well as the habitation module. What do you do?
Reggie, you want to get that dead dude outside?
Yes, Sergeant Snuffy, we should probably bring him in. It could give us an idea of what we're handling with.
Let's scavenge that motherfucker and get this going.
Okay.
I will be prepared to provide medical aid, he says as he shifts the vibe shetty.
Eric, as he progresses down towards the maintenance shaft, can you watch his back and make sure nothing comes up on behind him? Since it seems like there's something going on and we have some hostiles on the station.
Fuck yeah.
Okay. The you walk down the corridor towards. I assume you're going to room 4, the maintenance exit.
Yeah, because he's hanging out the outside of that on that downward arrow, I'm assuming.
That is correct. So you walk up to the control area, and you beep, boop, 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 beep, and the door opens up, and you enter what appears to be the external station airlock. It's a small laydown area for tools and things like that. And there is, as you saw on the cameras, a dead station worker shot several times. One particular gruesome one to the head. So I'm going to need you all to take a fear check.
Oh,
At a
Don't
disadvantage
forget it's
because
at
Eric.
disadvantage.
At a disadvantage for our boy Eric.
fail.
Don't worry, I will watch you sleep if you're afraid.
Access
I
to
roleplay
that
with the best group.
information only available to Salty Vagina.
I didn't do that, but it did it anyway.
Creepy. I rolled a 64, so I'm assuming that's a fail.
That would be a fail. Yep.
I rolled a 66. I failed as well.
You.
Uh-oh, critically
That's a
failed.
66. So you add. That's a bonus stress.
Bonus fail. Outstanding.
So you're at 3.
And
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yep. Reggie,
I got 80.
an 80, and
So-
was that the worst of the 2 rolls?
My other one was 29.
29.
God damn you, Eric.
Maybe I could do worse than a crit.
Okay.
No, I failed that one too, and it wasn't a crit, so my crit fail is worse.
Yep. And what about you, Mr. Skin Job?
43.
43 passes like a boss. Couldn't be
Fucking Hitachi.
cooler. Cool as a cucumber. All right. So you're in a small room with a dead body.
I'm going to search him. Let's
Okay.
feel this dude up.
Okay.
That was
Go ahead and give me a. Do you have any scavenging skills?
I do. Can I scan? Can I scavenge?
yeah, let him do
Sergeant Snuffy, before you touch the body, let me scan it real quick. Make sure there's nothing going on with it.
it. Good idea, brain boy.
CPR begins with checking the airway.
And ladies and gentlemen, this is why Dan should be allowed to be a player character as often as possible.
Yes. So, John, do I need to do any rolls for my scan?
Go ahead and no, I'll let you just do a scan on it.
Okay. So we'll use the bioscanner, and what do we find?
So you pass the bioscanner in front of it, and despite the fact that it has several holes in it, you detect faint signs of life.
Ah. So, Sergeant Snuffy, I would say we should bag this up, get it back to the lab, or take it to a lab area. We can see what's going on. There's signs of life form going on in this. My guess is something is messing with their brains and causing them to go berserk on the shuttle here. So it's probably best that we don't touch it.
So
and
how
since
should I bag it if I can't touch it?
I can help.
I can because I'm in my
Eric
hazmat suit. So
Eric kneels down and touches the body on the shoulder and goes, "Are you in need of assistance? Do we have something to bag it in?"
Not really.
No. Doesn't seem like it, but we can drag it into the other room so I can start trying to figure out what's going on with it. Maybe we can collect our sample from it.
Eric puts the body in a fireman's carry.
Do keep in mind there is a storage area on this particular station.
Storage locker A. That's one room next to us, so let's go clear that room, and then we can try and storm there.
Okay. All right, Sergeant Snuffy, lead the way to storage cabinet A.
Fuck yeah! Open the door at the ready.
Okay.
You gonna boot the door in? Yeah.
No, you're gonna key the door.
Oh,
I'm not
okay.
space stupid. I'm just stupid.
All right. I have a lockpick set, and what do you think this would fall under, John?
Pressing the button.
Oh. I pressed the button.
Beep,
All right.
boop, beep, boop.
I thought it was locked. I don't know why.
And this guy fixes stuff.
Yep.
Space IT is fucking letting us down.
No, listen. I am like space mechanic, okay, not space IT. I don't even have computers.
The best thing is I actually have an electronic tool set to repair small electronics.
I don't even understand what world that's happening in, but okay.
Did you see fucking Hudson? He was the computer expert.
This is
Well, he actually was,
Scary.
which was kind of scary.
something man with one eye, but all right.
Several rows of mechanical supplies and equipment, many dislodged and floating free. In the corner, a corpse of a station worker floats, shot. You're getting a little used to seeing dead things, so I'm not going to make you take a fear check on this one.
Yay, thanks, GM. Can I scavenge the room?
You can absolutely just search the room, and I will let you have a body bag. There are body bags in here. So
I was hoping to find other stuff like rare items.
yeah, you
No,
can go ahead. No, you want to scavenge for other things? Give me a roll.
Yes.
Double-ended vibe shetty coming up.
I'm imagining like this Darth Maul vibe, Shetty. I rolled a 62.
62 will find you a common type item. So,
Crack pipe or like pipe?
you
No.
find a box of
Proper-
tampons.
I found a box of tampons.
Yeah.
Outstanding. That's.
It'll stop bullet bleeds.
I guess I'm gonna put that in my inventory.
You beat me
now.
to it.
One box tampons.
This is the funniest horror game ever.
Tampons are part of homemade gunshot kits.
Yep.
True story. Reggie, go scan that fucking meat bag over in the floating in the corner.
All right. Reggie's going to head over and scan it, see if it's also infected.
You get a remarkably similar vibe off of this one from your scanning. It's got low-level life signs to it, despite the fact that it has rather high-level holes in it.
Does my scanner pick up any specific location on the bodies where the life forms are coming from?
Non-localized.
Non-localized. Okay. All right. So Reggie's going to set up shop. He's going to probably start looking to cut into some of these bodies, see if he can figure out what happened or what's going on with this life form that's in them.
Got it.
I'm gonna step outside the fucking room then.
Yep. Sergeant Snuffy, why don't you go and see if you can collect the gentleman outside the airlock with Sasha, Eric, you can give me a hand just in case we run into issues with this life form.
Oh, no,
Okay.
no. The robot's touching the dead body.
Hang on,
That's
we have
actually
no.
probably a good
Marine
call, Sergeant
has-
Snuffy.
Our
Oh, no.
Marine has an
This
aversion to
person
dead
is-
bodies.
Right. This person is deceased. That is sad.
Not
Eric,
as
you
sad
may
as you're
need
going to be if
a
you don't
fireman's
get that
hug.
body in there.
The body on my shoulders, I put in a body bag, and then I secure the other one, basically like laid in place on the bottom bulkhead, and then essentially like try to hold it in place as best I can so it doesn't float away.
Sure. I mean, even here in space, momentum is a thing. So you put him against the bottom thing, and there's no gravity to pull him around. He's just sitting there. So he's essentially a bag laying against a wall at this point. Cool. What's next, kids?
Do we have power, John?
The
I assume yes.
Yeah, the lights are on. The
Okay.
lights are on.
I just see the power thing on the schematic. I just didn't know if we actually had power.
Yeah, right. So here's to let the door closed behind the ship. The tube extended out to the ship to
Right.
connect to your airlock. You came out into these areas, and the lights are on. So
Okay.
you have power, and the doors all worked. So the power is on.
I think we should get to the bridge or whatever it's called in this universe. like
Y'all,
the
y'all,
command.
s- y'all said you were coming over here to inspect dead body floating in space. Are you continuing on with this adventure, or because right now
Reggie is.
you've rescued a body from a body bag from a storage locker. Yay,
I think-
RP team.
I
Hey.
think we should leave it alone.
Sasha, you and me can go to the communications room. It's like one over. We can do this. You and me.
Okay.
Okay, so we're splitting the party. That's good. That's good.
No,
Get
that's
away from
bad.
that creepy
That's
fucking
always
android.
All right. Sasha takes out, has his flashlight in one hand and his vibe shetty in the other.
And you,
Oh, wait, there's lights on. We don't really need flashlights.
No,
That's kind of silly.
no.
Never
but
mind.
I mean,
Put the
if it makes you
flashlight.
feel better, you can take it with
No.
you.
Until the lights go out.
Is it like a mag light? Can I beat people with it, or is it like a
It's not.
handheld small one?
In the future, they still have small. They have small ones. Anyway, who cares? It's as big as you need it to be. So,
It's like a gas station LED light.
all right. So Sasha and Sasha and Snuffy are now heading to room 6 communications, and Reggie and Eric are going to retrieve said body from space. Is that what I heard?
No, we're going over
Yes.
to comms, I thought.
Everybody's
Yeah.
going to comms.
Eric's getting the body. No, Eric's getting the body.
Okay.
Sasha and Snuffy are going to comms, and I'm starting on the autopsy
Okay. So where are you doing the autopsy?
in storage locker A.
Okay. So got it. So Snuffy and Sasha, spotlight's on you first. You are heading down the hallway to room 6, which is next door, which is the communications area. What would you like to do?
Take a look in the room and see what we see.
Okay. So boop, 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 boop. The door opens, and you're in a small, cramped room filled with communications equipment and band wave monitoring equipment. A sealed coffee thermos floats, knocked open. Dried coffee stains lace the walls. I have to tell you, this part of this makes me a little sad on the inside, as there's
Makes
wasted
me
coffee.
sad on the inside.
And some monitors. Communication logs have been dead for a week. Anybody? Okay, so what do you want to do? There's a computer terminal in there.
Okay. I'm looking for something like a I don't know, some kind of comm system so I can hail everyone on the station kind of deal.
Okay, so if you there's
like
absolutely a comm system in there that can do internal comms, and you can use it if you'd like.
Okay. I look at Snuffy and I say, should I press this?
I don't see why not. Can you not press it? Is it not within the scope of your abilities?
He kind of glares at him because he understands that he's making fun of him.
All right.
Walks over, presses the button. Is anyone on station?
You hear echoing back at you throughout the station. Is anyone on the station? D-Station. 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 No one responds.
You hear
Sasha,
over comms.
I'm in locker room A.
You
What was
hear
that?
over comms. Hello, I am here. as Reggie also does that.
So Sasha kind of looks around, gets like a stupid grin on his face, presses the button again, and says, "Clean up on aisle 5."
Worst adventure party ever. All right, so so the general station-wide comms, basically nobody's answering you back.
Okay.
Sasha, Sasha,
God damn.
can you pull up a history of outgoing messages from this place?
Do I look like I know how to use computers?
Holy shit!
Yes.
The Marine has a good idea. This
I
will
know.
never.
This is amazing. All right. I grab the wheelchair and pull it under me, and
Give me one of them
Sit
intellect
down.
checks, kid.
yep, this is not going to end well. I'm not very bright. 24. So here we go.
Give me an advantage on this one.
Holy shit! I passed.
You passed it, so fuck the other one.
It's the first. I got a 16. It's the first skill
16.
check I've passed in this game.
Okay. So, you pull up 2 files.
Okay.
8 days ago is the date stamp on this. Oh, excuse me, 12 days ago. We'll go in sequential order. 12 days ago, communications with Choi Labs, which for those of you who are playing along at home, is the research station that is below the ice in the ocean of the planet below us. Communications with Choi Labs about a mole that was caught attempting to smuggle supplies out of the labs. And then, so a person who was not a Choi Labs in person. It's like an email from security. Okay, there's a mole that's been attempting to smuggle supplies out of the labs. And then 8 days ago, there's a communication with Choi Labs about an outbreak. Vague communications about drastic containment measures taken. Several unauthorized communications attempted from the laboratories. And that's what you're able to pull up on the computers.
Well, fuck.
You two have this information. The rest of the party does not yet.
Okay.
Sasha, we need to relay this to Eric and Reggie so they know what the fuck's going on.
This sounds good. We should go back.
But I don't want to look at Eric face to face.
You know, like some kind of machine.
It's like a silicone doll that I once played with.
Sasha looks at him. He does not get the joke. And says, "You play with dolls?" Oh,
Snuffy, I think you left your comms on.
No kink shame, no drink shame.
Hey, Ron.
so, Sasha has literally no idea what to make of this and just walks out.
So what are you doing next, guys?
Let's go back to Reggie and let him know what's going on.
Okay.
Face to face.
Okay, so
Yep.
cut to scene with Reggie and Eric. Reggie is dutifully going along cutting up a cadaver, and
Yep.
Eric is working his way towards retrieving the space suit on a stick. What's going on by you guys?
Well, Reggie's just doing a standard autopsy. He's going in through the chest, seeing if anything weird's going on with the internal vitals.
It would appear from your inspection that he died of lead poisoning.
Like bullet lead or lead
like
lead?
bullet lead. Like he died of a lot of lead in his body
Extremely
that didn't
high
belong.
velocity lead poisoning.
Yeah.
Some supplies from an Arctic expedition, historical, and decided to try the pork beans.
Not that kind of lead poisoning. But other than that, there's nothing from a standard autopsy that would lead one to believe that this is anything more than a shooting.
Well, I'm trying to check different parts of the body to find the living organism that the scanner
Sure.
picked up.
Sure, sounds
So
good.
starting with organs, taking them out, cutting into them, checking to see if I find anything.
You find
Um,
organs that appeared to be otherwise in good health up until the time that termination took place.
Okay. And then we'll go head towards the spinal system and then up to the brain.
Okay.
See if anything is going on either of those.
You do notice some lesions on some small lesions on the skin, almost like a slight rash, and just a little bit of inflammation, but nothing's terribly out of the ordinary.
Okay. And where was the inflammation located?
Inflammation was generalized. So as you started to look at things around the joints and the muscles, you could see maybe more inflammation than what you would otherwise normally see from a relatively healthy person of this cadaver's age, around mid-30s.
Okay. And then when we go in to check the head, do I notice anything, like when I start cutting into the head?
Generalized inflammation at this point. As you cut through the skull, you notice that the lining around the brain has the appearance of some not trauma, but this generalized what you would associate from a inflamed type membrane. Inflamed
Okay.
in the membrane. Inflamed in the brain. Anyway, sorry.
Are you though? Are you sorry?
I'm not even remotely sorry. I was proud as fuck of that one.
Okay. Okay. So as we cut into the head, we'll use the med scanner to see if it picks up any kind of the life form activity.
Continues to pick up a generalized life reading that is inconsistent with the condition of the body now being cut into pieces.
Okay. So can't really pick up or tell what's going on with it.
Yep.
Okay. So we'll put everything back into the body bag, and then we will go check in with Eric and see how he's trying to retrieve the body.
Okay.
Yeah. So happy go vacuums, fun times.
Indeed. So talk to me about what you're doing, buddy.
All right. So Eric goes to where the other airlock is located. Walks straight there. Doesn't really even pay attention to his surroundings because someone's in trouble.
Mm-hmm.
And go cycle through the airlock, and I start, arm over arm, start wheeling that cable in.
Excellent. Well, the body obviously starts coming towards you with the momentum. As you're pulling on it, you recognize the amount of force that it's taking, that it is something consistent with the mass of a human within the suit. And as you bring the body close to you, you turn it around, and you look in the faceplate of the suit, and it's clouded over. You can see as you peer through the front mask, you can see that what was once upon a time a human, what is now covered with wispy fur-like growths and tiny blooming white flowers. And
that's pretty.
as you feel as you're pulling the body in, you'll notice that it's almost kind of cushy, like it's soft. It's like you're not grabbing hold of the person per se, like you would it's not a skin tight suit. It's kind of like it's got some puff to it, but it's not like air you're pushing against. There's some mass to it.
There's something in there. Okay, so I am going to tie off the I'm basically going to put a knot. I can't remember what it's called. The one where you fold the rope and then knot it on itself. But I'm going to do one of those.
Okay.
We'll
call it a sheep shank because it sounds fun.
Yeah. And then on the side close to the body, I'm going to cut it with a vibe shetty and then tie that off as well. Does anything happen or come out when I cut it?
Okay, so just so I understand the knotting on this, you've put a knot in the umbilical.
Yes, there we go.
Did you cut the umbilical upstream towards the body or downstream towards the ship?
Upstream towards the body.
Okay. When you cut the body, so in other words, what you've done is you've isolated the umbilical back towards the station from the body, and now you're cutting so that if there's anything in the suit itself, it should release into the atmosphere.
Vacuum.
Into the vacuum. Okay. So when you do that, you do, which is interesting. You'll notice a brown dust start to escape from the now cut portion of the umbilical.
Okay. I'm going to tie off that part of the umbilical too.
Okay, it's tied off.
Okay. And then, so the umbilical is one of those, like, basically attaches to the backpack sort of deals?
That's how I'm envisioning it, yeah.
Okay. Okay.
It's
So not going to drag it by the umbilical. I'll wait.
it's a reinforced tether / there's an air tube kind of a thing.
Okay. So I'm gonna basically step to the other side of the airlock, close it, cycle it, and walk through, and then close the airlock again. I'm bringing the body with me.
Okay, so Pressure Suit the Clown is with you. Okay, got it.
Pressure Suit the Clown.
Okay.
Nice.
So you have the suit that was outside is now inside on the other side of the airlock in the station, but it's tied off.
Right.
So it's not leaking dusty shit. Got it. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
What's next?
I'm going to bring the body back to Reggie.
Okay. Proceed.
And on comms, I'm going to say, Regulus, I have a package for you.
Well, thank you, Eric. Can you bring it into the storage locker A?
Okay.
Okay. So you bring the body into storage locker A. Zone 5 for those of you playing along at home.
Okay.
Yep. And I'm going to, again, set it on the, ground, push it in place, and then say, this body appears to have suffered extreme decomposition due to some outside organic factor. It is not recommended that its suit be opened.
Okay. Thank you, Eric. We'll hit it with the bed scanner and see what it comes back with.
You get strong signs of life from the suit. It is consistent. The body would appear to be in a state of near stasis. The visor is obscured with what appears to be a dust, as we mentioned before, but you are getting a strong signs of life from whatever you can't see within that particular suit, because the faceplate is obscured.
Okay.
Is Sasha in that room now? I think we walked over there.
Well, at this point, yes, you guys will have finished up. The body is now in. You guys are basically going to, at this point, stroll into storage locker A.
Okay.
I prefer to mosey.
If you can sashay for all I give a fuck, but be my guest.
Sasha walks in and sees this, and he says, "Is this the body from outside?"
Yes, it is, Sasha. We're picking up some strong readings off this, and from what it looks like, we're not going to want to open this here. We might want to try to move this to the labs if possible.
Why not? He needs to breathe if he's alive.
Eric, you want to fill them in what you found when you brought it in?
If you look through the visor, you see that there is some sort of plant material and flowers growing on this person. In my programming, it is not normal for the human body to have vegetative growth, even during sporting events.
Sasha hears this, and it takes it. You can tell it takes him a second to kind of translate it in his head, and he says, "This is not good."
Give me a fear check. Give me a fear check.
God damn it.
Yes, sir, you are welcome.
Son of a bitch.
At a disadvantage because you're by an android now.
Is it? I was going to say, is this everyone or just Sasha?
I I should have had you do one while you were out in space.
I'll do another one.
Give me a quick one just for when you first saw the body.
Okay, 48.
48, you passed like a boss. Reggie,
My fear's 85. If I fail, something really horrible.
really horrifying just happened. Reggie, give me a check for when he brought you the meat bag.
So the first roll was 22, the second was 25, and 25 is my threshold, it looks like.
It is roll under, so I'm going to give you a point of stress.
Okay.
Okay. We already had Eric. Snuffy, give me a fear check.
I failed. Rolled an 80.
You have a point of stress. You are now at 2 points of stress. Hi.
Where did I get 2 points? I thought I only had one.
You had one before. Now you have two.
Oh, fuck it. That's math.
Yep. Now give me one, Sasha.
I rolled a 70.
That's another point of stress for you. Okay.
Sure is.
At this point, you're now at 4. So I would like everyone to now roll 2d10 and tell me your result.
So just like 2d10, not
Just
percentile.
2d10, not percentile. Let's start
Okay.
off with Sasha.
I got a 7.
Okay, you're fine.
Oh.
Eric doesn't have to. Reggie?
That's good.
I got an 11.
No. This is just a 2d10. So you have a.
Yeah, that's 2d10, 11.
So 2. You have 2.
The one is 7 and the other is 4.
Okay, so it's an 11.
Yep.
Got it. So you're fine. What about Joe? Roll 2d10 and add them up.
I'm a 4.
You're fine. Okay. So you passed for now, kids. All right. So before we had a fear check, where were we? You guys had just seen Mr. Puffy Pants, and we are. What do you want to do next?
So actually, I should look at the map.
Just to briefly recap, what you guys learned in communications was there was some bad things happening down on Choi Labs, and then Team B found Puffy Pants McFlowerface out in space.
Did we didn't look at Habitation 9?
You have not been to Habitation yet. You have not been to
Power
Generation or Locker B.
Let's go to Sasha, let's go to Habitation, find that other dead body in the bunk room.
Nor have you been to Planetside Transportation yet, but I'm guessing you're saving that towards the end for the end.
Toward when actually, yeah. Okay. Snuffy sounds good.
Okay, so you guys, Snuffy and just to be clear here, we're splitting the party again. Snuffy and Sasha are headed for the Habitation, and what about Team B, as I would affectionately refer to them as?
Unless Eric's directed to stay where he is, he's going to automatically go with anyone who's leaving.
Makes sense. No, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, it kind of does. But just the same, Sasha says, Machina, come with us.
Reggie's going to work on collecting the other bodies that we found that we haven't moved into the storage locker.
So you're gonna be bagging bodies for the while here.
Just in case something weird happens, we want them all in the same place.
Okay, so spotlight shines on Eric and Sasha and Joe while you bag bodies. All right, so let's go ahead and let's head over. Where are you guys headed for? Number 9, the Habitation.
Yes.
C.
Okay. You go over to so before you there is a door with a lit panel that says Habitation. What do you do?
Sasha looks up, looks at Eric. Well, do what you do. Open door.
Okay. And I push the button for opening the door.
Beep, 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 beep. And the door opens. You step inside.
Okay.
And
Step inside.
And what you see in front of you is a dozen bunks strapped to the walls of the module with washrooms on to the side. Magazines and personal items float freely. One book One bunk has a corpse strapped into bed. Strapped into bed.
Okay.
Shot in the head. A book titled Vintage Station Guidelines floats nearby.
The only
Vintage-
suspect, the only suspect part about this is that he was reading that book.
So I'm going to give you a break and not make you take a fear check on this particular body.
Aww.
Because he
I'm-
looks like he's sleeping.
He looks like a little lamb with a hole in its head. So,
Can I scavenge the rest of the room?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right.
Give me a-
What do you
just
for
roll
this?
roll
Okay.
some percentage dice.
You said just the percentage dice?
You roll. Give me a percentage die roll.
Okay.
I'm
68.
68. You find an uncommon or rare item.
A rare item.
So in one of the foot lockers associated with this, you will find a submachine gun.
Yes.
Oh no.
Click clack, motherfucker.
It has only the clip that is loaded with it with I don't know how many, 12 shells, I guess.
You want me to randomize it?
Machine gun.
I don't know what's the standard clip size on an SMG, Army guys.
Probably
30.
30.
probably.
It's got 30. It's got 30 shots. Boom.
Okay.
I'm gonna grab that book that's floating.
That
the
would have been
station
hilarious,
guide.
Scotty Potty. Scotty, you also find a Black Lotus.
Tap that motherfucker.
Moving that mana around. You, by
Someone-
the way, for the record, you now have a Black Lotus in your inventory.
All right.
I ain't even lying.
All right. So, one Black Lotus card.
How if I drank a half a bottle of Old Forester tonight?
Well,
We've been at this for a while.
I'm
Anyway.
drinking a third of my bottle, and I'm getting a little scared by that.
I need to go get another drink, but we're going to keep going.
Yeah, we're close.
this
We're
appears to be
close
a
here to the end.
trading card from the old Earth era, before trading cards were attached to cryptocurrency.
Is that like space bucks?
So,
Yes.
would you like to scavenge one more time? Because it's a bunk room. I'm assuming
Yeah, I'll
there's
fucking
stuff.
do it.
There's stuff.
Okay, go for it.
32.
32. You find a pair of very sexy underwear.
Fuck yes. Like full lace? Are we talking that, or is it more like latex?
It's a banana.
leather?
It's a banana hammock, because this is a very butch crew.
I love it.
You'll be very popular with the ladies.
And Eric.
I feel like you were already pretty popular with Eric, so this will just push it right over the edge. Okay, so that's basically
Edging.
that's it for the habitation area. You've got a dead guy with a book called Vintage Station Guidelines.
I'm grabbing the book for the Vintage Station Guidelines.
Okay, very good. You now have that in your inventory. What's the next, kids? We're
All
still
right.
we're still bagging and tagging over by Reggie.
Well, so I'm going to. So I also have a med scanner,
Sure
and
do.
I'm going to use it on this body.
Yep. Low level life science. Same
Okay.
same shtick you've been pulling off of all of these critters. They
Okay.
they appear.
I'm going to unbuckle him from the bed and bring him with us.
You got it. You now have a corpse on your shoulders.
Just how I'm most comfortable.
Yeah, you're used to it. It's kind of what you do.
Yeah,
So-
you have bodies on you constantly, I'm sure.
If there had been gravity on the station, there would have been when the bodies hit the floor. Anyway, so the so that's where you're at. So you've the habitation area, just basically you saw where magazines and personal items are floating around. You got a box of an SMG, and you have whatever it was that you found. Doesn't matter.
Banana hammock.
Banana hammock.
Don't you
yeah.
forget.
Sorry. What's next, kids?
All right. So, next room, we should probably go check out.
Power.
Power?
Yeah, power. And we didn't check out storage locker B yet, did we?
You have not.
Okay.
So
Let's
as
go.
they head towards power, Reggie's going to come down the hallway towards them because he's wrapped up what he was doing.
Okay.
And rejoin the group.
Okay. So Reggie is now with you. What's next?
Okay. Walk over to the door to power, and Sasha, feeling like a badass because he's holding an SMG,
Okay.
presses the button and kind of incorrectly, tactily, levels the gun in the room and kind of like looks around, like he pretending he knows what he's doing.
You're shooting from the fucking hip, aren't you?
I mean, that sounds like he doesn't know what he's doing. So sure.
And not checking his corners.
Oh no, he's like shit he saw on TV once, kind of thing.
So
Swear to God, if you flag me, I'm gonna punch you in the face.
well-oiled machine. This group is. Beep boop beep boop beep. Door opens up. But you enter into the power generation room, and you see a magnificent, fully functional power area. The generator, which is the latest in fusion technology, is whirring nicely in the corner, and that's about it. All the dials are in the green. There's nobody in here, no dead bodies. It's just it's just running.
Oh, it's a letdown now.
Keeping the light down. It's kind of a boring ass room. It's working. You have power, and it is happy to provide power for the residents of DeLange Orbital Station.
Very good.
Dramatic pause.
What's next, kids? You got one
Storage
more.
Let's go to storage locker B.
Storage locker B.
Yep.
Okay.
Or Bravo, as we would say.
Door opens up. This is where the storage, the sort of quality of life stuff is contained. You see racks and shelves full of water, food, quality of life supplies. So I'm guessing that's a porn stash.
Oh yeah.
And a series of well-stacked cabinets. No dead
Nice.
things. though.
Scavenge like a motherfucker.
Yep. I'm gonna roll a scavenge check.
Okay.
That's okay.
What do you got?
99.
Critical failure, you say?
How do you critically fail a scavenge check? Do I like trip when I'm opening a locker or something, or like smash
I
my?
just don't find anything.
You open the door into your face.
So the way that
Oh,
you
it's a
fail,
critical.
the
Oh,
way
no.
the way that you fail a critical scavenge test is you take your crowbar that you had, and put it into the particular box that you were trying to open. Upon wrenching on the wood, your crowbar snapped in half. You no longer have a crowbar.
Can a human exert enough force to snap a crowbar?
It's not my
Depends
fault.
on
Yeah.
the metal
Not
content.
it's not my fault. You picked up a Slav crowbar.
Whoa! What's that supposed to mean?
Probably a China Bay crowbar.
I mean, look, all I'm saying is that your name's now Ralph because you wrecked it, my dude.
Yeah. You no longer have a crowbar. You no longer have a crowbar. It snapped in your hands.
All right.
All right. Reggie will take a scavenge.
Off my list.
Reggie's going to scavenge.
Yeah, he rolled an 86.
86. Well, you found in this quality of life area, you found a blow up sex doll with a hole in it. So, good luck with all that. So you can't even.
I'm gonna
crowbar.
scavenge. Snuffy scavenging.
Oh my God! Please. Okay.
A 1.
A 1, you say?
A
Okay.
1.
So you find a roll of toilet paper.
Fuck yeah, 2020 up in this business.
Put it. You have found pandemic supplies. You have a roll of toilet paper. Congratulations.
I am a millionaire in space bucks with that.
Yes, you are. Eric, do you want to scavenge, or are you bored by all of this?
Yeah, I don't really care much about scavenging. I'm
like
here for managing a crisis, and so far the crisis seems to be a lot of people are dead.
A lot of people
Don't
are
really
dead
know
in
how to do anything about that.
a
That's not my crisis. I gotta find samples.
in a bag of fuzz. So, all right. So you've explored the locker B and gotten all kinds of goodness out of that place. What's next? You literally have one
we've
room you
got
haven't been to yet.
Planet-side transits left, right?
That
Yep.
is correct. Okay.
Head towards planet size.
Okay. So you enter into an area, which is the receiving dock for cargo pods that travel up between Joplin's Ake, which is the surface station, and DeLange space station. The way that this works is that think of it a little bit like like either a crew dragon or a cargo dragon. The pod is received externally, brought in through the airlock, it docks internally, where the cargo and personnel are loaded and offloaded. But you do notice that a corpse wearing the uniform of Choi Labs security is suspended in the room, shot from the front. And there is an SMG in the front, found in the holster of the corpse.
Reggie, scan the Choi boy. See if there's anything fucking wrong with him.
All right.
I believe
Reggie's
he's
gonna
dead.
go over and scan.
He's clearly suffering from high velocity injection of lead, and also he has the similar low level life signs before, even though he is clearly fucking dead.
Okay.
Hey, Reggie, how about you grab that submachine gun instead of Hitachi?
All right. Reggie will take the SMG.
Reggie now has an SMG. It has 15 rounds in it.
Ho, ho, ho.
Okay. And basically what you see there's a computer station that basically controls the computer-assisted docking and undocking, return to the Joplin's Ake. Basically it's a shuttle type service. So
It's like an up-down kind of
it's
thing.
an up-down. It's a space elevator without all the space elevator stuff.
Got it.
What y'all gonna do?
I think he's gonna look at it and then address the other guys, and he's gonna say, "I don't think there's anything else to do up here. We should probably go down to planet."
I'm going to put this body down, and then I'm going to take the other body and secure it in the same way, basically just like, place them both on the floor.
Okay. So basically, just to summarize, all the bodies you've run into, you have now basically bagged and tagged and are up here at the Lagrange orbital. Where's
Yeah.
a cushy space guy?
I believe he was left.
Back
He's
in
in
four?
storage
Back
room A.
He's in storage room
Yeah.
A? Okay, he's in storage. Got it.
Yeah.
I mean, not that that's like important. I just want to know where he is.
Oh, but it
Yeah.
could be.
You don't know. It could be. I could be lying. To
Yeah,
you.
the
So-
plant-filled
right.
body's not important where it's located at.
Yeah. Okay. So what are y'all gonna do next?
Fuck it, let's boogie. Go planet side.
Before we head down, we should probably secure the bodies just to make sure nothing comes back to bite us. Maybe we should float them all out into maintenance hatch, so that way they're at least in, no atmosphere, so they can't
Basically, stick
grow
them in,
anymore.
or at least stick them in an airlock.
Sure.
Yeah.
Stack bodies in airlock and open.
That way, if something does come of it, we can jettison it.
I was going to say, if you stack bodies in an if bodies are placed in an airlock and then the airlock is opened, you are starting a very long game of pinball.
Good. Eric, I like a pinball. Let's go.
Oh, sweet. We got another one that wants us to become famous.
Oh,
BigFollows.com is
BigFollows.com.
back. Block list. Anyway, moving right
I
along.
thought you just had to have a sex tape to become famous nowadays.
I know, right? So
no one wanted mine.
for the next 10 or 15 minutes, the team takes all the bodies that are now in body bags and Fuzzy McClown in the spacesuit and stacks them all up in area number 4, which is the external space airlock, so that they can hit the eject button if they need to eject all that biomass into the universe.
Yeah.
Am I correct?
And before we head down, yes. And before we head down, I want to scan everybody that wasn't in a hazmat suit just to make sure that nobody's been contaminated.
The fuck you saying, Reggie?
Okay, so what do you?
I just want to make sure you had a glove on.
So
I always have the love glove.
We will draw blood samples and insert a heated piece of metal into it.
so tell me about what you're doing, Adam.
All right.
I'm just
I-
going to use the med scanner and make sure there's no erroneous readings on them.
Who are you?
Since
doing?
we've been
Who are
kind
you
of
doing?
running all
Who are
over
you
the
scanning?
station.
Who are you scanning?
We'll start with Sergeant Snuffy.
You reach over it, and you're noticing a small increase in life signs that more than you would normally expect to see.
God damn it. Space STDs.
What's next?
All right, we'll scan Sasha next.
You notice a slight increase in bioscan from what you would normally expect to see from a healthy human being. It's like there's more life there than you would expect to see.
Sasha doesn't. Does Sasha understand this, or is he too dumb?
Sasha's a little concerned.
You
Okay.
have acquired the orbital clap.
Who's next?
We'll use the cybernetic scanner on Eric, see if anything weird's going on with him.
Eric's fine.
Weirder than normal.
There's a lot of weird things going on with Eric.
And lastly,
Eric
I'd
is no.
scan myself to make sure my hazmat suit's effective against what's going on.
You check out normally.
Okay.
So the
So-
guy cutting all the bodies up, exposing himself to the internals is normal.
I'm not going
Well, I'm
to
in a hazmat
comment.
suit.
Ah.
I mean, not in a psychological sense.
That might have been
Yeah.
a good idea. Anyways,
Sasha wants to pipe up here, and since now he's concerned because obviously there's weird ass readings on this, and he says we should open airlock and get rid of bodies.
as you're saying
might
that,
need them,
as you're saying
Sasha.
that, you feel an itching sensation on your shoulders and back.
At least it's not the crotch.
Does he start? Sasha starts itching, trying to itch himself through his
Jumpsuit. Jumpsuit is
Yeah.
the key word here. Not vac suit. Jumpsuit.
jumpsuit. Like, what? Why am I it? What is this? And
If
he
you
wants,
are experiencing athletic itch, as can happen with some lower end suits, I can provide an analgesic cream and perhaps a back rub.
Sasha yells something unintelligible in Russian as he's walking away, and walks over to the airlock to go press the button to open it so the bodies fly into space.
As you're doing that, Snuffy yells as he has a stabbing pain in what he feels like should be a limb but it's not his arms or legs. It's like it's not there, but it feels like he's being stabbed somewhere that there isn't anywhere really to be stabbed.
Like a phantom limb.
Like a phantom limb, but he has all of his limbs.
Phantom bonus limb.
And, yeah,
That's
well,
pretty handy.
Yeah, it could.
Is
be.
it a tail?
It's
Do I get a wag it when I'm happy?
Ladies love the phantom limb. Anyway, so that happens. So then you press the button, beep boop beep boop beep, and basically the bodies are now floating out into space with a little bit of propulsive force due to the air that rushed out with them.
Yep.
Sergeant, are you in need of medical attention?
I'm not sure, but I sure as shit know. I feel like one time when I was on shore leave and there was this lovely little lady at a cantina who might have been infested.
All right. So what are you guys going to do next? You've ejected the bodies into space. Sasha's got an itch, and Snuffy's got stabbing pain in the knot. In the something he doesn't have.
All right, so hang on. What were the symptoms again?
Sasha
has stabbing pain?
Sasha has an itch in the upper, like by his shoulders, and Snuffy feels like a stabbing pain in a limb, but none of his legs and arms are actually hurting. It's like it's attached to him, but it's not.
It's a no limb in honor of Dune.
Yes, exactly.
Okay. Reggie's he's just taking notes to monitor the symptoms as
You're a
what's
scientist.
going on.
Taking notes is what you do, man.
So So let's see here. Sasha, there's nothing I can do for you right now with the itching, but Snuffy, come here and take some of these pain pills. It might help with that pain.
Is it Motrin? Is it vitamin M?
So he's going to give him a pain pill, which is when ingested, will immediately heal him if he's suffered any damage points, and will lower his stress level by 1.
Okay.
Ooh.
All right. So
I'm taking all the pills.
Snuffy, you are down to a 1 on your stress.
That's math.
Are my stress points going to carry over into the next session, John?
Yes, they are, except they will be modified a little bit. I'll probably remove 1, but I will let you all know during the weeks as far as what you get. There's
Taking
a system.
drugs, that's
There's a
math.
system to get rid of stress.
Sasha says to the professor, "He's good for mental stress," and he opens up his hand like he's asking for one.
Fucking addict.
Yeah. 1 second. I have something else that I want to look into. So nanotech pills. So I also have automeds, which are pills that assist your body in repairing. They give blank to body saves meant to repel disease. So we're going to give them each 1 automed.
Okay.
Which will give them a 10% to body saves meant to repel disease or poison, as well as attempts to heal, and plus 10% to fear saves made to reduce stress.
Okay, so they're plus 10% to fear, and plus 10 to. Well, tell you what, could it's a what's it called? I'll just look it up.
It's an automed.
Automed.
It's on page 17.
Nope, I got you. And that's one for Sasha and one for Stuffy.
Yes. And we will not give him a pain pill because we're giving him an automed instead.
How many of those do you own?
I have 6 and I'm keeping track.
So you have 4. 4 left
So I have
now.
4 left. Yeah.
Okay, sounds good. All right, so you're grooving. You're less stressful. What's your next move, team?
Fuck it, let's go planet side. Let's
Yep.
do this shit.
Yeah, I'm gonna step in. I want to put on my vac suit before I walk into this pod.
You're more than welcome to.
Okay.
Much like
Snuffy's gonna look at him and say, "Pussy."
All right. So
Seems like a thing
apparently
Snuffy would-
Snuffy does not. So Snuffy is a trumper. And
Have you not met any Marines, John?
this
This is character.
this is a true story. So you step into the planet side control area, and you press the buttons, beep, boop, beep, boop, beep, and you immediately hear the following.
Access denied. Just kidding. Ha ha. Ha ha. Access granted.
And the shuttle closes up behind you, and you are transported down to the planet, where your next stop is Jacqueline's Ache, Japlin's Ache, and the lights dim, and that ends the scene.
Yay!
So
That was awesome.
So there you go, kids. You have made it through Lagrange Station, where there's obviously some evil shit going on. And there you have it. Our first episode of the Mothership RPG. Did you guys have fun?
Yes, absolutely.
Good.
Fuck yes.
This is really, really good. It's better than I expected.
Having a blast.
Yeah, I mean, yes, we're playing a module. I am not this creative, but it's this is part of an overarching story. This is Act 1, and that we're playing. So,
Cool.
I think this is. I think you guys are doing great. Keep it up, and there you have it, folks. This is your first episode of the Mothership RPG on behalf of the Beer Machine crew. You got Beer Machine Rich, you got Dan VK, you got Adam, and of course the always popular with the ladies, Brett. I am Menoth John, and we will see you in 2 weeks. I think that's in between Christmas and New Year's, right, guys?
That's 30th.
Yep. Is there any issue with anybody doing this over that particular time?
Nope,
No
that's
issue
an
with me.
awesome
Okay.
week for me. I am off from school.
Excellent. So plan on it here, guys. Plan on spending your New Year's Eve with us.